Tiny House Prepper.
Hey everybody, I'm Bill with Tiny House Prepper, and this is the next video in this series that I'm making on how to make and upload YouTube videos and how to build a channel. The video that I did last week was about how to do the upload and how to do the end screens. And as soon as I posted that video, I got a comment from Sharon's Place. And she says, Bill, you showed exactly what I've been trying to figure out. Thank you. I have a question though. How about a video that shows how to do the thumbnail? Well, Sharon, thank you very much for your question. That's something that I hadn't even thought about. And you're right, that's an important topic. So, here you go, Sharon. And anybody else who's interested. The thumbnail is actually a very critical component of your whole video because it's the thumbnail that will draw people in. You know, something that I learned a long time ago when I'm doing videos is that, for instance, if I'm doing a travel video and I have a whole video of beautiful scenery in the mountains or whatever, it can be really stunning scenery, but if the video is just the scenery without people in it, after a while, even as beautiful as it is, it can get kind of boring. So we always put Elizabeth or me or both of us together in the clips with the scenery behind us so that you can see us enjoying the scenery, and that draws people in a lot more. Well, the same thing applies with a thumbnail. You want to have yourself in the thumbnail as often as you can. For instance, I recently did a video that was a review of the Lear truck cap that I put on my pickup truck. Now for the thumbnail, I could have just taken a picture of the truck with the cap on it and it would have looked fine, it would have worked fine, but it works better when I put a picture of me standing in front of the truck. It's the people interest. They see me, people see me, and it draws them in better than it does with just the picture of the truck itself. So you always try to put yourself or somebody in the picture as much as you can. Doesn't always work, but that should be your goal. Also, I have only just recently started adding text to my thumbnail, and I think that's another added bonus. If you come up with a format that you use the same all the time, the same font, the same color of text, that sort of thing, so that people recognize your channel instantly as soon as they see with the thumbnail, just based on the format that you decide to use, and you use it consistently. Now, there are numerous, photo editing programs out there that you can use to make a thumbnail. You have to be able to add text on top of it. But I just do it right in my Wondershare Filmora editing program. I can add text on top of the picture, and then I can take a snapshot of it and save just the snapshot. And so I'll show you how to do that. When you upload to YouTube, this is what I showed in the video last week, when the editing or when the upload is done, YouTube will actually grab 3 screenshots from the video that you just uploaded and give you the choice of using any one of those 3 screenshots. The trouble is they don't know what they're doing. It's just a computer grabbing the shots, and many times you end up, with a picture of you going or something because you're talking, and it gets you right in the middle of some kind of thing. So generally I discover that you just can't use those kinds of things. So when I first started doing videos, I didn't know how to make a custom thumbnail at all, and I just used the best of the 3 that YouTube offered to me. Many times it was really lacking. And then I discovered how I can take a screenshot of my video myself, and so I started making my own custom thumbnails. And then I heard somebody else talking about how important it was to have you in them and have the same format and use text, so I started adding text. And I started actually planning out my my thumbnail as part of the actual video itself. So I would do something in the video that I know I would use as a thumbnail by taking a screenshot of it, or I would actually set up a thumbnail and take a short little video clip of the thumbnail to take a picture from. that might not even be a part of the video itself, but it's a setup for the thumbnail. So you have to kind of premeditate your thumbnails and make sure that you actually design them ahead of time, and you don't just, you know, take whatever YouTube gives you. So okay, let me go to the computer now, and I will show you how I do my thumbnail using the Wondershare Filmora video editing software that I have. Okay, so here I am on the computer. I'm actually on the Wondershare Filmora editing software that I use. If you watched my video from last week, you'll see this. By the way, if you have not seen the other videos in this series, they're all in a playlist, and I'll put them at an end screen at the end of this video, and also in the description down below, so you can go see the other videos. So now here I am. And in Windows, or in Wondershare Filmora, this little thing right here, a little icon of a camera, is what you can use to take a screenshot picture of the video that you are looking at right there. But first I need to add the text. So let me show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to look for a picture that I know that I like. And when I was filming this part, I actually had in mind what I wanted, that I wanted my hands up like this, because I'm going to talk about in the thumbnail, it'll be the idea that getting the correct thumbnail is critical to the video. And so having your hands up like this shows, you know, when you're speaking, that this is a more critical issue. So even as I was talking to you here, I had in mind what I wanted to do, and I set up the thumbnail by raising my hands right here when I was making a critical point. Now I was also planning to stop and smile for a second while I was doing that, and it got by me. I didn't smile, but I was just talking. So okay, I'm going to go over here and move this to the right, and that gives it makes it a little bit more precise, so I can find the exact one that I want. But first I need to add the text. So I'm going to go to text. Now Filmora has all of these different kinds of text, dozens of them, and I usually just like a very basic text, so I put it in favorites, and it's this one right here. This is the most basic one that I can find that Filmora has, and when I add it, you see that it has two. It says directed by Jane Doe. It has two different ones that I can move separately. So I deal with each one of those separately if I need two or more. If I only need one, then I'll just do this and delete that. But I am going to put these, I'm actually going to use 3 separate sections of text for this. So critically, and I'm going to go up here. I like this one. I talked about this before because it's white on the inside with a black lining around it, so you can see it easily no matter what the color is. And I like Arial Black Normal. I think it's very easy to read. And then I want to make this much larger, say 28. Let's see. I'll have to play with the size a little bit to see what I'm going to do here. Now on here, if you grab right here, you can actually twist it like that, and then move it down a little. Now I'm going to go over to this other one. Important. Same thing. What size was this? That was 44. So I want this to match it. 44. Oh. I'm going to turn this one the other way. Now I want to put another one in here. It'll say critically important thumbnails. So in order to do that, I have to layer it over top of the one that's already here. Notice over here there's only one text line, so I need to add a new track. So I come down here, and this is where I can add text track. I'm going to add another one. See, now I have two over here. So I go up here. Now if I just click there, it'll add it on the first one. So I need to click on the outside of the blue thing and drag it down to the second line and bring it forward a little. Now I'm not going to use the little one, so I'm just going to delete the words and then it disappears. And then I come down here, thumbnail, white with the black lining or the black border, Arial black. I'm going to make this one larger than the others. The others were, I think, 44, something like that. This one's going to be a little bit larger. There we go. Now, that's how you know when it's in the center, when that line shows up right there. So then this is what you get. I have a little bit of problem here in that the word thumbnail is covering over my hands, which was supposed to be a part of my overall picture. But I think that still works. You still get the idea. Now, the thumbnail looks differently on different devices, whether you use it on the computer or when you're looking at the at my channel, or if you see it on the computer at the end when they give you other suggested videos, or whether you're looking on the on a device, a mobile device. They all look a little bit different. But just be aware that many times in the thumbnail itself, YouTube will put the title of the video right up here in this corner along there, and they will put the length of the video right down here. And I discovered through trial and error and mistakes that sometimes I would have text up there and it would be covered by the title that the YouTube put in, or the text down here would be covered by the length of the video that YouTube put in. So now I try to avoid this corner and this corner when I'm doing my thumbnail. So now I want to find the best picture, and you can just hold your finger down on the left button and drag it till you find the best one. Now, like I said, I was going to do a big smile here and I forgot. But I want to find something that looks not bad. Okay, there. I'm not really smiling. It's obvious that I'm talking, but I think that's a pretty good picture. Now, see how this is starting to disappear a little bit. This actually, as the video is coming and playing, it comes up like that. You can change how fast that happens. Click on here, advanced, and then right here you move this over, and that makes it come up much faster. Advanced. Okay. Oh, and I click on here and do this one. So actually, I think that's pretty good right there. I'm obviously talking, I'm not smiling, but I'm not making a bad funny face. So that is what I will choose. And the question is whether I want thumbnail here or down there at the bottom. Maybe that's better. What do you think? Yeah, I think I like that one better. So I'm going to go over here now and punch this picture of a camera, and it says snapshot. And there it is right there. And that's a photograph, it's a snapshot. Now, Wondershare Filmora saves that to a file where it puts all of the files in this snapshots in the same file. I prefer to put it in the file where I have all of these other ones stored. So here's how I do that, so I can find it easily when I want it. So here's how I do that. I right click and I say find target, and you can see where it stores it here. Documents, Wondershare Filmora, user source, snapshot. I don't like it there, it's hard to find. So this is the one, it's already highlighted. So I go up here, move to, all the way to the bottom. Now I am looking for making videos, thumbnails. As soon as I do that, this will disappear because it moves it. So now it's easy for me to find. So now I have my thumbnail all ready to go. Critically important thumbnail. Actually, you know what? Oops, sorry. I need to make that thumbnails. Critically important thumbnails. Move this over a little. So now I have to take another picture. Find target, and I will move that one. Okay, good to go. So now that I have this done, I am not going to want these text in here while the video is actually playing. So that was just temporary to get the screenshot. So then I come down here and I delete them. And now I can continue on with the rest of my editing. Okay, so that's how I make my thumbnails. I hope you found that helpful. A few key components to the thumbnail. Make sure you plan it ahead of time. Don't just take whatever YouTube gives you. Plan it out as a part of your actual video, and you can either plan something in the video that you can take a snapshot of it so you get a shot from the video itself, or, important, you know, or you can even take a separate little 5-second video shot of something just to set up a thumbnail, even if that shot will not be in the video. The point is, plan it ahead of time. It's a critical component of your entire video. Put yourself in the video whenever possible. Now, this won't always be possible, but many times it is, and I've had to learn this. Like, for instance, in doing our Cooking with Thrive videos, for most of the ones in the beginning, I would take a picture of the meal after we finished cooking it. I'd show a picture of it sitting on a table on the plate, and then I realized now, and you know, now the way I'm doing it is I will take a picture of either Elizabeth or me holding the meal out in front of us so you can see it. That way it gets us in the picture and it makes the entire thing a little bit more appealing. And then add text where appropriate, and keep the text always the same so you have a certain format, a certain look to your thumbnail that people can recognize. And try to avoid the corners up here and down here where YouTube puts pictures or puts text in there. And yeah, that's it. It's really not that difficult as long as you understand a few of these basic concepts. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like it, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see the rest. And if you'd like to see the rest in the series, check out my playlist, which will be on the end screen of this video or down below in the description. And thank you much for watching, and we'll have another one next week. Be blessed.